So what technologies does Spotify already use? For social technologies, they already use things like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, among others, but they also use cognitive technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, and blockchain. So how do these technologies affect all variables within Spotify? Starting with organizational culture. Our organizational culture is already unique. We have an entire section of HR called Social, which is specifically meant to make Spotify employees feel like they are part of a family. Already with the implementation of cognitive technologies such as artificial intelligence and blockchain, Spotify's culture surrounds technological innovation and creative problem solving. Specifically, Spotify has a unique engineering culture that centers around the balance between autonomy and alignment in order to best utilize their technological resources. The engineering and IT department is constantly affected by cognitive technologies in their work, yet the high autonomy they place in squads allows people to feel like their knowledge is well received and supported. The acquisition of Nyland for artificial intelligence and Media Chain Labs for blockchain proves that Spotify wants to grow their resources yet maintain their organizational culture. The social technologies, such as allowing users to follow their friends, share playlists, and even all of Spotify's social media accounts, such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, foster a fun-loving and supportive community and culture.
Spotify uses a social technology called Rise Vision to communicate with our employees internally. This is a digital signage that shares graphic news and information. In Rise Vision, news and information of our company is updated on Google Slides for our employees to see. We use digital signage to announce social events in the office, like work socials, concerts, discounts, and even football games. We display Rise Vision on TV screens for our employees in the building. Additionally, another form of social technology in our organization is Slack, which is an internal messaging platform for our employees to communicate with each other. In order to have team effectiveness, Spotify creates teams or squads. These squads are less than 8 members, and every member has an assigned job. The leader's role is to communicate what problems need to be solved and why, while the squad's role is to collaborate with team members to find the best solution. In order to have effective results, our squads use a social and cognitive technology called the peer code review. This is where anyone can add a code at any time. A peer reviews the code and can adjust the code, and then everyone else collaborates on it. This is a social technology since people are interacting with each other, and it's cognitive because once the codes are approved by the squad, it is transmitted into Spotify's coding system. Spotify uses the cognitive technology called the Spotify Inclusion Survey to analyze the diversity of our employees. Every year, this survey is given to employees. Our computer then analyzes the data from the surveys and then determines the diversity within the company. On the other hand, when it comes to hiring people to join our Spotify team, our company takes in consideration that we need to hire people that are different from ourselves. Some of these diverse features would include someone's ethnicity, mix of skills, work experiences, and age. The social technology used when hiring new members is through social media sites like LinkedIn and Indeed.
Employee engagement is the emotional commitment that employees have to the organization and its goals. Spotify has around 2,960 employees. They even have a social team within HR that was created May 2013. Spotify uses social technologies in many ways through social media sites, including being able to link a Spotify account to Facebook. Spotify likes to keep their employees engaged at all times. They focus on social events and initiatives for them. Spotify uses cognitive technology in a way to make employees feel passionate about their job. Spotify launched a career path framework for individuals last year. It allowed employees to transition between teams and roles through technological steps. Spotify also uses cognitive technologies by having chat boxes that are used to recruit people interested in the company, provide productive employee service through these chat boxes, and to coach company employees with the chat boxes. Employee job satisfaction is how content employees are with their job. A company should always make sure their employees are satisfied at all times. Spotify conducts a more comprehensive employee survey annually combined with a quarterly pulse survey. There are playlists in Spotify made using an internal Spotify tool called TrufflePig, which are basically pro tools for playlists only available to the employees' Spotify app. Spotify employees are happy to use their technologies within the company. Many have said in reviews that they enjoy being able to give their feedback and have it actually matter. One employee stated that no matter what social communication they use within the group, they can always get the manager of the department to listen to their ideas. An employee from IT department said that they have the ability to create daily mix playlists and discovery weekly by using algorithms and artificial intelligence. All employees can benefit from social and cognitive technology because as the world becomes more technology-oriented and dematerialization occurs, Spotify will need to implement these technologies to stay afloat with the competition.
The internal perception of Spotify elevates a family culture of high intellectuals with a passion for their work and for technology. The app has such a high emphasis on technology and autonomy, and employees are well trained and can make their own decisions. This creates a unique sense of unity among the chaos that ensues when multiple squads make their own decisions. Externally, Spotify is easy to use and completely personalized due to the technology such as artificial intelligence behind the app. Users appreciate and use these features, which creates more data for Spotify and a loyal customer base. On the social media side, Spotify's Instagram has 2.8 million followers, which we use to promote new artists and songs that are featured on the app. The external perception of Spotify is extremely positive and only continues to grow. Spotify uses something called blended learning and custom-made training, which is essential to employee training when it comes to cognitive technologies. Every employee learns at different paces and with different techniques, and as such, to ensure all employees are highly trained and respected, Spotify has different blends that will help different people. With the rise of social technologies, employees in the future and even now won't need as much training because the younger generations have grown up with utilizing these social technologies for personal use. Less concepts will need to be taught, and as such, we will capitalize on the knowledge employees already have.
True to our Swedish roots, Spotify believes that managing health is a top priority, both mental and physical. We do this through education and encouraging employees to make small changes to improve their quality of life. By offering a variety of options like weekly sports classes, lectures and discussions on health, mindfulness classes, and even healthy snacks, we can ensure that employees keep a sound mind and sound body the way that fits them best. Spotify is big on flexibility and diversity when it comes to company culture. We understand that everyone holds different morals and beliefs that are important to them. That's why we introduced flexible public holidays, so that every employee can celebrate their values according to their personal calendar. It works as a trade-off, so if you work an official public holiday like President's Day, you can take off any other holiday, like Arbor Day.
Employee differences, such as emotions, moods, and especially personalities, play a significant role in a company's culture and success. We're able to keep track of our employee differences by the music that they listen to. Many studies have shown a significant relationship between certain personality traits and taste in music. The same is true for a person's mood and music selection. Therefore, although the social and cognitive technologies that Spotify implements are mainly intended for consumers, they can be applied to employees in order to develop a deeper understanding of both how they feel about their work and under what environments they work best. Spotify also has what's called the social team, which Lexi mentioned earlier, that specifically focuses on our employees. We encourage employees to post about their lives on social media using the hashtag #LifeAtSpotify handle. This allows our company to capture social data on our employees and identify major employee differences. Spotify could then analyze this data using an organizational behavioral approach by learning about how our employee differences could contribute to our company's overall success. In class, we discussed that today knowledge is dispersed throughout an organization and that people closest to the customers have the true power. At Spotify, everyone is close to the customer because with social technologies such as top charts, trending music, and sharing music, it is much easier to identify the wants and needs of Spotify's listeners. This is quite different from a traditional leadership approach where management makes all of the important decisions. Since we're in a world that's constantly changing, it is important for organizations to make decisions that can withstand consumers' rapidly changing needs. This is even more true in technology, which grows exponentially each year. Spotify's use of cognitive technology, such as complex algorithms and machine learning, adapts to these needs because the technology itself is what makes the actual decisions. It constantly refines data every second to give consumers better music recommendations and gathers insights on general user activity. Because cognitive technology itself makes these decisions, we're able to make more accurate decisions while saving significant amounts of time and money.